Welcome to the Tactical Dad podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Cook, and I am the Tactical Dad. In this episode, you're probably going to be able to hear my dog panting in the background. Old English Bulldog. Benson, be quiet, please, buddy. So, in this episode, which is episode number 72, we are going to discuss the AR-15 rifle, and how it is quite an ideal home defense weapon, and how it is, for many people now, including me, my weapon of choice for home defense. And a few reasons why I'm going to go through. In our last podcast, we spoke to a friend of mine who was my instructor, my firearms instructor, Tim Owens at OSS Tactical, and he touched on how an AR-15 is actually a good weapon of choice when it comes to home defense. And I thought we could expand on that, especially now that I'm becoming much more comfortable and competent with this weapon, with my own AR-15. Shout out to Rugger for their 5.56. So this, for many reasons, this is a good weapon of choice, and I'm just going to run through some that hit home with me. There's probably more, but like you all know, I'm no expert at this. It's probably going to be a few years before I become an expert. So I'm just going to share with you why, to me, it's a good weapon choice. Now, one is its high capacity magazine. Like, mine can hold 30 rounds. Even small ones are like 20, 25, 30, and you can get bigger ones. So the magazines hold more rounds. So, you know, if you are in a situation defending your home and your family, you're probably gonna, be a little stressed. It's a difficult situation, no doubt. I've never been in it, never been in one. But I can only imagine that it would be stressful. You'd be panicking. You wouldn't be on your top game, like, that's for sure. You might be a little off with your accuracy, especially someone that's not ex-military or a police officer or some sort of law enforcement that uses a gun on a regular basis and that deals with threats on a regular basis. If you're someone that's just trying to be more prepared, trying to be a much better prepared individual and citizen for you and your family, then you're probably going to be a little stressed. You don't deal with these threats on a daily basis, so your accuracy is going to be a little off. Just no doubt. That's just what anxiety and stress does. So you might miss. You better have plenty of rounds to keep going. And with a handgun, there's obviously less rounds. You can get high capacity magazines for a handgun, but even that is 15, 18. There's probably bigger ones, of course. However, I think on a macro level, a rifle holds more rounds. So there's reason number one to start with. Then I found this significantly strange. When I shot a rifle for the first time, I was shocked at how little recoil it had. I felt like my pistol had more recoil, and the rifle pulled the trigger, and I was expecting this huge noise, like the gun to fire back into my shoulder, for it to hurt a little bit. Nope, didn't get any of that. Almost felt like a toy. So very little recoil, which allowed me to be much more accurate, much quicker than I was with my handgun. So little recoil, which is great, because again, you don't do this every day. We are just trying to become more prepared and a little more tactical in our abilities and skill sets. So little recoil is better. It's not going to hurt. You can hold it for longer. You can be more accurate in such a situation. So that's that. Also, I was expecting it to be super heavy, and it wasn't. So it was, I'm not going to say super easy to maneuver and move around a rifle. Certainly not as easy to maneuver as a handgun or a pistol, and that's why I think myself included and a lot of other people go to a handgun first for home defense, because it's just in your hand. You can move it around, point it anywhere very quickly, maneuver it and control it like that. But then you shoot it, the recoil I feel is greater with it, and I feel that I'm not as accurate with a handgun as I am with a pistol. So not as accurate with a handgun as I am with a rifle, sorry. And so that just being a few of the things there, like you would immediately think, and like I said, I'm included, you would immediately think that because it's so easy to maneuver, it's the perfect home defense weapon. What I found and now believe that my rifle is, even though it's not as easy to maneuver, it's still pretty easy to say it's a bigger gun, and it's not as heavy as what most people initially think. So that's another reason. So if you're in a tight space, it's not too big. It's not like carrying this. If you're watching the video, if you're watching this podcast on YouTube, you'll see it. It's not like carrying this massive thing. It's quite compact. It's a bigger gun, but it is more compact. So low recoil, tend to be more accurate. It's not too difficult to maneuver in tight spaces. Like high capacity magazine, it's a good option for home defense. And then what I would, my instructor mentioned that a rifle ammunition is designed to expand upon impact. So like if you think about it, you're defending your home, someone enters your home, shots are fired, you might miss, it's hitting drywall, and it's like my instructor mentioned, it's going through multiple layers of drywall. So with a rifle, that ammunition, and I'm sure not all of it is designed to expand upon impact, but for the most part, again, on a macro level, rifle ammunition designed to expand upon impact, so it's less likely to go through at such accuracy and precision as like a 9mm regular ammunition round nose. And then there's other options, like you can get ammunition for your rifle just like you can with a handgun, to be honest, but we're talking about rifles right now. You can get ammunition that's a hollow point, and you can get ammunition that's expanding, and I think they call it expanding ammunition, to help prevent that thing. So that ammunition is specifically designed to defend your home, to be used in such situations, whereas other ammunition is designed for like precision shooting and long range shooting and accuracy and stuff like that. So there's probably another podcast there to go way more into ammunition and the different types for different situations and stuff, because it is all very specific to your intention and the purpose with it. But that's generally rifle ammunition designed to expand upon impact. So that's helpful. You can be much more accurate with it. Very low recoil, high capacity magazine. So like it's not too difficult to maneuver. It's not too heavy. It's still quite lightweight for a big gun. It's a great platform to use, and I'm finding that as well. And I got way more to learn, but that's all from me on that topic today. I wanted to share and just go a little bit more and build a little bit further and build on top of what Tim mentioned in our last podcast about a rifle being a top choice for a home defense weapon. That's all from me today. Thanks for joining me. I will see you again next time in another episode.